Well, I'm Piga Fernández. I'm a GIST patient. I'm from Chile. I want to apologize because I'm going to read what I want to tell you, partly because I get emotions trick me. And besides, I don't want to miss anything that I want to tell you today. I received my first cancer diagnosis in 1995, which I was misdiagnosed. I was treated for a leiomyosarcoma, which meant 7 years of treatment, very aggressive surgeries, and a really poor quality of life. What helped me overcome it? First of all, I have to take care of my youngest son and daughter that were still living with me. I had a job to take care of. So life had to move on. I lived each day at a time, receiving each new recurrence without much thinking, just acting, doing whatever was needed to be done. I didn't think much in the future, and I think I never thought of death. Where did the strength come from? The love of my family, my mom, who was still alive, my 4 kids, the joy of the first grandchildren being born, the love of my friends, and my religious community that was always there for me. In 2002, things changed. After receiving the correct diagnosis of GIST and being able to receive the treatment I needed, as one of my sons said, I was able to look to the future with different eyes of hope. I allow myself to think in the future again and what I wanted to do in the coming years. I must be really sincere with you. At the beginning, I didn't want to know anything about cancer, nor GIST patient. I just wanted to take my pill every day and live. But that didn't last long. Little by little, I started to search about this rare cancer. This is how I found the allergy. And I realized of all the resources they have to help GIST patients, so I just thought I couldn't just do anything about it. Sarah, who's right there, invited me to the first Alianza GIST meeting in Monterrey, where I met Rodrigo. I resisted. I didn't want to go. I still didn't want to know nothing about cancer. Besides, maybe I was denying it. But finally, I accepted to go. I accepted to go because my son was living in Mexico, not because I was interested in going to the meeting. And I know that if I went to Monterrey on my way back, I could stop in Ciudad de Mexico and be with my son and with my grandchildren. But on my way back to Chile, something happened that really changed my attitude. In the plane, I sat by a lady who was coming back to the USA, from the USA, because her husband had a colon cancer and has passed away, and he was coming back to her home city. And I know why. She started telling me all what her husband had gone through, and it was just what I had lived during those 7 years. All the treatments he had received, everything, quality of life. And after I had been in that meeting, and I said, oh, what happened? Maybe this guy had a GIST and no one knew about it, and he was treated wrongly. And maybe if he would be, I mean, if he had a GIST and was correctly diagnosed, he was still alive. And I repeated that question to myself many times. And I realized how lucky I had been. And that triggered me the decision to do anything that I could to help others to get their correct diagnosis and their correct treatment, avoiding the hard times that I had. This is how, after starting to work with the LifeRef group, first as a volunteer and now as a global relations coordinator, I founded Fundación GIST Chile, a foundation to help patients in my country. It was to have a legal support from work. I had to learn how to address politicians, how to go to the Congress, how to have meetings, something completely out of my comfort zone. But working together with a great team, we were able to make small changes. We were able to have access to the 2 first drugs for GIST that we didn't have any coverage. And after many years of meeting, marches, interviews, we were able to achieve in Chile to have a national cancer law. How was I able to do this? Now I ask myself, how was I able to go into this almost 25 years of this? I think that there are two words that can describe it. The first one is gratitude. Gratitude for the gift of life. Gratitude for the time that allowed me to see my kids grow their families, and work in what they make them happy. Gratitude for my nine grandchildren. Gratitude for all those who have always been there for me. Gratitude because I'm able to work to help others. Sorry for that. And gratitude to be able to do things that I really enjoy. And the second word is hope. Hope in believing that we can make changes. Hope that the advances of research would finally find a cure for GIST. And the hope that we would be able to convince the policymakers that their decisions can give the gift of time to many people by allowing them to have an accurate diagnosis and a correct treatment. Thank you.